speaking out a little frustrated that maybe he didn't get a look at the title shot and feels like maybe you guys aren't willing to pay him.
Isn't that guy retired? He's retired, isn't he? I mean, the last time I saw, he was retired. And now he's mad that he didn't get a title shot? That doesn't even make sense. In a different weight class? It doesn't make sense.
The example that everybody points to, obviously, is George St. Pierre and said, well, you gave him that opportunity prior. Why wouldn't you do it, tender it up again? Is it?
Yeah, so I should have jumped over everybody and gave it to him because all of a sudden, last week he decided he's not retired. Come on, man, this is a fucking silly conversation. Silly. He wants to come back and try to win the title again in his weight class and then talk about moving up or doing something else. But you don't just fucking pop up and start calling somebody names and think that you're going to get a title shot in a different weight class when you've been retired for, what, 2.5 years?
2.5 years, Dana. Ball, that hasn't even been 2 years, man. What about your boy GSP or GPS? He took a whole whopping 4 years off, and you still give him that opportunity. I already told you, I already gave my word. As soon as I won the flyweight title and the bantamweight title, when I retired on that Saturday, I put my pink slip on that Monday because I want to give all those weight divisions a chance to compete for my belts. Now, that being said, give me my opportunity. I want to become C4. Let me put Alexander Volkanovski's head on the plate, and that's it. Triple C is out.
Way to introduce the show to everybody, Triple C. The Schmo just wanted to start off reading some of your tweets. We've been thoroughly entertained. We've had our popcorn. We've been sitting it on the couch, eating, enjoying it. The Schmo's just going to start off by reading this one. Here we go. Quote from Henry Cejudo. Dana, I need a break. Honestly, it was getting boring beating up TJ Dillashaw in under a minute and Dominic Snooze in 2. I got married, had a kid, and now rejuvenated. I want to be 4C. If I beat up an old guy at a bar and learn how to river dance, will you give me a shot? End quote. Whoa, Triple C. Oh, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet because you got a response from the guy that you wanted to get a response from, the notorious Conor McGregor. He says, quote, Henry Cejudo is a little fart, end quote. And then your response, quote, what do you know about farting? You always run out of gas, end quote. Whoa, Triple C trading bombs with the notorious Conor McGregor.
Trading bombs. I mean, we wish he had gas to be able to trade gas with me. You know what I'm saying? He is the fart. He's got no gas. He's just a piece of fart, Schmo. So whatever that is, Conor McGregor, you absolutely suck. Stay in your own lane. Because we all know that you are privileged. And I don't feel like saying it right now.
All right, well, with that said, welcome back to the Triple C and Schmo Show. I'm the Schmo. My co-host has an Olympic gold medal. He's champ, Triple C, Henry Cejudo.
What's up, Schmo? Hold on just 1 second, man. Let me just remind the crowd real quick. Let me remind all the haters, Let's get this ball rolling because money is time and time is money. Let's go, Schmo.
So when all of this was going down on the interwaves of the internet, we saw a big fight. Calvin Kattar, Giga, Chikadze. Calvin Kattar put on a performance very similar to what Max Holloway did to him a year before, returns the favor, and he won pretty handedly against Giga Chikadze. A very entertaining fight, an early contender for Fight of the Year on the first fight night of 2022. Now wait for this.
It was actually more of a beating of the year. And you know what? I am going to say this to Calvin Kattar. I'm sorry, man. I apologize. I counted you out, man. But it's the same reason why when somebody counts you out, they will respect you more. And for that reason, I respect you more because I didn't think you could beat a guy like Giga. But you showed true tenacity. You went out there. You pressed them. The pressure, your composure was on point. And your takedowns. I mean, he was using takedowns, Schmo. We rarely see that guy, the kid, do that. And he was able to kind of pull it out of his back pocket. We saw several takedowns. And congratulations to Calvin Kattar. Like I said, man, you got my respect.
He turned this into a war, and he made this messy. Like I said, he used the wrestling, but those elbows were so impressive. I've never seen Giga Chikadze cut up like that. He was so great at sprinkling everything in his arsenal in any given moment to win this fight. He capitalized on every single opportunity. The moment Giga Chikadze slipped in those early rounds, and then Calvin Kattar jumped, this was the first round, jumped on him, grabbed him, wrestled with him, took the back and everything, you knew he was in for a dogfight, and he didn't disappoint. The number 5 guy beat the number 8 guy. Obviously, you got Korean Zombie stepping up to fight Volkanovski with Holloway pulling out. You got your buddy Yair Rodriguez losing Max Holloway. You got Max Holloway beating also a year ago this guy Calvin Kattar who got the win. Man, oh man, if there was ever an argument for Triple C with what happened the other day, this past weekend, this proves it, Triple C, man. This proves why you wanted to step up for C4.
Of course, man. Of course. And you know what? Like I said before, dude, like this is the sport of MMA and anything could happen. It's a perfect matchup for me, Schmo. But I'm kind of getting sick and tired of making this thing about me. It's not even about me, man. It's about the legacy. It's about somebody that can become the first 3-division champion in UFC history. His name is Triple C, who will metamorphose into C4. So it makes perfect sense, but I think now we're able to see it. I mean, everybody has beaten each other in there, and it's just like, dude, there's a new storyline. Let's draw some fresh blood. You know, Dana White's got my number. He needs to call me.
Well, Triple C, all the fans have been sending the Schmo texts and emails for days. They all been saying, Triple C, he's not in the USADA pool. But you're not in the USADA pool. You know it takes 6 months when you put your name in the USADA pool, at least to entertain the fans.
Well, I mean, it's hard for me to jump into the USADA pool if I'm not going to get whatever it is that I'm compensated to get. You know, I threw my name in the hat out there for Dana White to, you know, but I'm not. It's hard to get back into the USADA pool and have people randomly knocking on your door when you just have a newborn. If they're not going to budge, if I'm not going to get what I want, because the money's got to be worth my legacy, Schmo. So that's where this idea of me not jumping in there. But I did. We were in communication with it, but they're just going to slide me off like, no, I'm not going to jump in there, dude. My little baby needs that. She needs that princess rest, you know. And until me and Dana White can meet and we can talk, and they're actually interested, where I'm not just somebody that's begging like everybody else is telling me, then it's okay. What I'm saying is I can make history, and that's it. At the same time, Schmo, too, though, I love my career. I love what I've accomplished. I know what I can do. And I am a little frustrated. But I'm not going to be waking up my daughter, man, if the UFC is going to pay me what they're paying me before. Plain and simple.
What bothers you more, the disrespect of not getting the opportunity for the fight, or the amount of money that you want to be paid and they're not offering on the table for you to fight?
Well, I'll be honest with you, it's a mixture of both. But I think it's more about the money on their side. It's more about the money. To me, it's both, because I've accomplished so much, Schmo. Like I've done so. Can I take my crown off once again?
Of course.
And I don't do this often because I love my crown. But that's just the reality, man. Like I'm not here to. I'll keep the gold medal on. I'm here to make history, man. I put myself in the categories of Michael Phelps, of Usain Bolt, of Manny Pacquiao, of guys that have done amazing things that they're literally in the mountain of their own. Like that's what Triple C is. If you really think about it, hate the character, hate the cringe, hate the persona. I mean, what I've been able to do in combat sports, it's like an equivalent if Michael Jordan was to go and do it in baseball, become a world champion in that. That's exactly what Triple C did. You see what I'm saying? So it's a low blow. It's a lack of disrespect. It is what it is. I'm tired of crying about it. The fans know what I want, and if I don't get it, then I really am all out. That's it.
And keep that gold medal on, because we're going to have a unique 2 gold medal moments. But the Schmo just wants to chime in and wrap this up on this note right here. Obviously, when it comes to Conor McGregor, he's the face of the fight game, the most popular MMA fighter of all time. The numbers show it. GSP, he's got the movies, Captain America. He's been able to transition that way. But for you, Triple C, Henry Cejudo, you are, at the time when you won it, the youngest wrestler in United States history to win an Olympic gold medal. And you are the only gold medal winner and champ UFC history. You've set history yourself. All 3 of you guys have unique categories of stardom. Yours cannot be
but
overlooked, and that is something that the Schmo just
No.
wants to hit it home, that you
No,
have your
whoa,
own
whoa.
unique lane.
No, it's not my own unique lane. It's the only lane that I'm in, and nobody's allowed to be in it.
Your own
GSP
unique
did.
lane. It's your own lane.
GSP didn't defend his belt. Conor McGregor didn't defend his featherweight or what is it? His 55-pound title, his lightweight title.
Yes.
I defended both my bantamweight champion against 3 future Hall of Famers: Demetrius Johnson, T.J. Dillashaw, and Dominic Snooze. I mean, I literally defended it against the best of the best. When I beat the best of the best in my generation in 2 different weight classes. On top of that, the youngest in history to ever win Olympic gold medal in 2008, the youngest USA wrestling inductee in history in the Hall of Fame. You know, like these. Yeah, I am talking about myself, but because I do deserve that respect, and I do deserve that. And I tell you what, build me. That's what you do. I beat them with all this mouth that I'm able to do. Jake, I'm going to give you back that Jake Paul, that example with Jake Paul. Jake Paul absolutely sucks, but he's able to do this, and he has a platform. I can actually fight. I win this third bout. You can build me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's. But the thing is, the reality is, Schmo, is that Dana White nor the UFC, they don't have confidence in Alexander Volkanovski. They really don't, because if they did, it'd be like, hey man, shut this kid up. Shut this kid up and kill the cringe. But they don't want to, man. They don't. If they're afraid of what I'm going to do with GSP, that just lets you know that they don't have confidence in Alexander Volkanovski. I'm not going to run off, dude. I already gave you my word. I would love to fight Alexander Volkanovski and then defend it against Max Holloway.
Well, GSP didn't do you any favors by beating Bisping and then leaving and not defending the middleweight strap. So obviously they don't want that situation to repeat itself. That's the fear that's got to be in the eyes. So let's go on to another situation where finances are involved. It's coming up this weekend. We got UFC 270. We have the heavyweight champion of the world, Francis Ngannou, fighting for their former teammate and current interim UFC heavyweight champion, Cyril Gane, in Anaheim. You're going to be there because you're going to be in the corner of Figueredo, which we'll get to next. But listen, man, Francis Ngannou's on record saying to ESPN that he will not fight for $500,000, $600,000 again. Okay, win or lose. So you got your heavyweight champion coming up here, man. He's in a situation where it seems to be a win-win for him, because if he wins, the UFC's going to have to do something. And if he loses, he's a free agent.
So if he loses, he's a free agent. If he doesn't win, he extends his contract. If that's what it is, is that what it is?
There's a championship clause, meaning they have to offer him 3 fights within a year's time, and it's at the same contract that he's currently in. It's the championship clause if he wins. But he doesn't want to continue. The Schmo doesn't know all the language in the contracts and stuff like that. He's not going to be locked up forever, but it's going to be a very, very unique situation. He gets his hand raised, and he fights out his contract. There's this championship clause that kicks in, but they're going to have to find some sort of middle ground. It's going to force some talk at the negotiation table.
Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, no, that's smart, man. If I was to give anybody advice, and that's something that I would do with the UFC, because that's the only way you can end up getting paid, is I would run out your contract, dude. Do not be silly and extend your contracts for anything, man. I would run it out, because there is a lot of options out there. You know, you got Bellator, you got ONE FC. Man, I think the trend's going to be from now on, Schmo, my opinion, is people are going to be starting their own promotions. People are going to be, if Conor McGregor, if you can keep all the money, if you can keep all the cash and section your own thing, get your own pay-per-view, get your own production company, all based on you. Yeah, you'll spend some money, find some investors, but if you're able to do it yourself, man, that's the platform that you have is your social media.
Shout out to Gamebred Jorge Masvidal, because he has 2 promotions. I believe he's got the Icon, and then he's got his Gamebred SC for the bare knuckle MMA fighting. He's got 2 promotions, and one of them's at least on Fight Pass now.
Yeah, but that's the way it is. But I'm talking about individually. When if you can buy out your contract and then fight independently, like somebody like Conor, or even a Nate Diaz, or even a George, if they're to run their contracts out, dude, they would get more of that piece of that pie. Or I would do like a one-shot deal with like a Showtime and be like, hey man, how much money can we make together? An HBO, you pitch it to an HBO. I guarantee you HBO would be all about it. They used to be in the sport of of boxing and things like that. I guarantee you, a company like HBO wouldn't mind doing a negotiation for a one-fight deal with you to see how it is. And you guys both split the pie.
Hey, screw the
I think it's
HBOs.
perfect.
Go to the modern day stuff. What about the Hulus, the Netflixes, the streaming services? Maybe you're better off doing that with a bigger platform where more people have that streaming option in their living room.
Exactly, Schmo. Now you're thinking like Triple C. You're 100% right.
Okay, so let's go back to Francis Ngannou, right? And Cyril Gane. So after this fight, John Jones, who's training at Fight Ready, who's coming in now, working with you, Triple C, are you 100% confident that he's fighting the winner of this matchup?
Oh, of course, but this is the thing, man. Like, me and John Jones, like, it's different for everybody, man. Like, we deserve it. I defended both of my belts. John Jones is the greatest of all time. He's never lost, dude. He has never lost a competition. So for that reason, man, it's like, yeah, of course. It would be stupid. It would be silly if John didn't get the title shot. And I get it. I'm with it, Schmo. I'm with it. Even if I don't fight Volkanovski, like, Jones has to fight for the title because he's the GOAT, man. He's the real GOAT of mixed martial arts. He ain't the GOAT for combat sports like Triple C, but he is the GOAT for mixed martial arts.
And here's the fascinating thing. If Francis Ngannou gets his hand raised, and we want a prediction out of you, Triple C. We want to get a breakdown at least. You don't have to give us your final winner, but at least a breakdown. If Francis Ngannou wins this fight, you're talking about your current heavyweight champion who wants to be at the negotiation table. You're talking about your greatest fighter in the history of the promotion, Johnny Bones Jones, wants more money because he's currently fighting under a light heavyweight contract, right? He wants to be paid more money as a heavyweight. You got both those guys who would be fighting for that title that want more money. Would the UFC be forced to negotiate, or would they have more leverage with Cyril Gane winning? And then he fights John Jones?
Well, then this is another thing. What I would do is I would extend my contracts for just one-fight extensions. One-fight extensions that I would do if I was in Francis Ngannou's shoes. He's like, hey, I'll renegotiate. I'll fight. Give me that one fight with John Jones, and that's it. You know,
let's see if
and
it
then we can
plays out.
and then we can renegotiate. If not, I mean, I'd find a way to get out. I'd find a way to get out to make more money. I mean, we're in the money game. Like Dana, UFC, like we're all trying to make money here. We're not in the mixed martial arts business. We're in the money business, and everybody's trying to make money, including yourselves. So everybody has to do what's best for them. And this is the thing, Schmo, is I'm not even mad at Dana White. Because I know that this is this company. I know what I'm saying is the only reason why I'm going public with the stuff that I'm going public with is because the third party is the people. If the people ask for it, I get it. If they don't ask for it, then I won't get it. It's plain and simple. I don't have a third party negotiating for me that's going to be able to make it happen. Yeah, I do got my manager, but it's different because they can just say no. But when you have the people, you get the people involved, then there's no other choice but to give Triple C the shot.
It's a numbers game indeed, and the numbers have to make sense for all parties involved. But can we just wrap up, though? Francis Ngannou, Cyril Gane. It seems like Francis has all these different distractions in his ears, but he's got that great right-hand equalizer. Does he get the job done, Triple C?
Well, that's where he has to be careful, Schmo. He has to be careful because he's... There's a lot of stress, man, when it comes to you talking about money and things like that, man. You should probably bring it up at the very end, man. I wouldn't have that money factor before you're going to go in there. You're going to fight because Cyril Gane's no dummy. He's trained with you. He knows the power that you used to have in your hands. And if he's able to fight you correctly, man, and if he can wear you out and tire you out, kind of like the whole Conor McGregor, take that gas away from you, he could beat you. So you got to be more methodical. Don't think about the money right now. Don't think about the UFC right now. It's you defending that title for the first time, you winning, and then you take it from there. Because if that stuff is in his mind right now, Schmo, I don't know if that same Francis Ngannou is going to come out, or if he's going to show up.
And Bet Online's paying attention. Let's pull up those Bet Online odds. They got Francis Ngannou as the dog in this situation. They are favoring Cyril Gane. So, listen, man. So, when it comes to outside of the octagon distractions, people are paying attention to things like that, too.
Yeah. I mean, it's, everybody's making money. Everybody's trying to make money. Like, how popular has betting how popular it's gotten in these last years. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's trying to make money, Schmo. It's not even just us, the fighters, or Dana White, the UFC. It's the fighters themselves. I mean, it's the fans themselves. I'm sorry. So it's a whole game out here that we're playing.
That's right. Now let's move on to the second half of the gold medal moment. Deiveson Figueiredo against Brandon Moreno 3. You're going to be cornering this man, Figgy, which we'll get to in a moment. But what is the biggest difference between Figgy last time out and Figgy right now, Triple C?
Man, Figgy, he's not the same fighter, man. He finally became a professional for the first time in his life. I mean, we've got him out to the science out at Nero Force 1 where he's not training like a dummy. A lot of these fighters, they think just being sore and training hard was going to get them tougher. It's like, no, man, there's a process to it. There's a process to every week for you to peak accordingly. And we got his weight down. His weight, he's only, I think, 8 or 9 over, like a week out, which is ridiculous for him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's on point. So by the time Tuesday comes, when he arrives in Anaheim, he's probably going to be anywhere between 6 to 7 pounds over. Wow.
That's a big deal.
The weight's good. The techniques that we have planned are going to be good. And you guys will hear on you, man. Like, that's it. Like, Deiveson Figueiredo's coming out with everything. The God of War is ready. He's been trained by Triple C. He's Triple C certified. And you guys will hear and you.
That's a big deal you bring up, Triple C, because the God of Wars had to fight the God of the Scale on the Fridays leading up to the fight usually. And if we don't have to worry about weight as an issue, that's one less stressor, and a major stressor, the Schmo might add, off the chest.
Well, think about it this way, Schmo. Think about it this way. He beat Moreno that first fight, and he did it without me. The second fight, he didn't.
It was a majority draw. And he retained.
It was a majority, right? No, but I saw it. I saw that fight. That low blows what cost him that fight. And getting to know Deiveson Figueiredo, dude, he's a good dude, man. He didn't mean to low blow someone that has nothing down there. Anyhow, he low blowed him. It was a point that was cost. And that's it. But now with Triple C, man, with me helping him, this third fight, he's a different fighter, man. I think he's easily gonna beat Brandon Moreno. Easily.
And now this portion of the Schmo's question is brought to you by Blue Mon, the best hair products in the world. The Schmo's got his. Triple C, always flawless with the hair. He's got his Blue Mon. Maybe not today. The Ascend Volume Cream. And the Schmo loves the fifth sample. Here we go. Triple C, man. You've been in the corner for fighters before, but none to this prominence. As the co-main event, you are cornering Figgy, my man. You will be there in the flesh. What are your expectations and responsibilities for this specific fight in the corner for Figgy?
No, well, my responsibility is honesty. My responsibility is to hold him accountable. My responsibility is to just hold him accountable, like what I just said. His job is to fight, and I tell him this all the time. Like, hey, listen, it doesn't matter who you have in your corner. It doesn't matter what you've done. You're going to feel sick. You're going to feel tired. You're going to feel fatigued. You're going to have all these different emotions. It's up to you to figure it out. It's up to you to feel those emotions, control your emotions, and go out there and fight like a calculated killer. Not just a killer, because you're a killer before. That didn't work. That ain't pan out for you. Now you're a calculated killer, and that's just that's going to be a different Deiveson Figueiredo, I promise you.
Does this Deiveson Figueiredo bring this fight, allow this fight to go to the championship rounds?
If he has to go to the championship rounds, he's ready. If he doesn't go to the championship rounds, that's because he slept the assassin baby within round 1 or 2.
Fair enough. And can we get the final thought you'd love to leave the audience with, Triple C, to wrap up the Triple C and Schmo show?
Oh, that's it, man. You guys tune in. You guys pick on Dana White. I'm out here to compete. You guys stay tuned for Deiveson Figueiredo, January 22nd. We are about to smash the assassin, baby. We're about to have some good old Mexican cuisines, some pork tamales, and that's it, man. Triple C is out.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Triple C and Schmo Show. Download these episodes everywhere where you get your podcasts. We'll see you in Anaheim, Triple C. I'm the Schmo. You are the pro. And this is the Triple C and Schmo Show. We are
Ow.